Good evening, I'm Sarah Sapsanama. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Parliamentary proceedings obstructed today after officials began protests, putting forth an 11-point demand. Lawmakers unable to raise the issues of public concern. Budgets of 3 local levels stranded following the arrest of chiefs and deputies. Federal government turns to Office of the Attorney General. Government's goal of exporting 10,000 megawatts of electricity in the next 10 years limited to papers. Progress dismal, works of transmission line stranded. USA chasing a victory target of 195 runs by South Africa at the T20 World Cup match currently underway. Nepal's national cricket team arriving home tonight. The parliamentary proceedings were obstructed today after Parliament officials began protests along with an 11-point demand. Lawmakers were also not able to raise the issues of public concern at the Parliament session. Officials obstructed the Parliament meetings broadcast when lawmakers were demanding clarification after Minister for Health and Population addressed the questions raised on the appropriation bill. In the meeting's live broadcast in YouTube, Speaker Devraj Khimire was seen after 5 p.m. this evening, while 12 lawmakers who had raised questions were not seen. Main opposition, Nepali Congress's lawmaker Ram Hari Khatiwada, drew the Speaker's attention, urging him to declare Parliament blackout and suspend the meeting, citing lawmakers were not being shown in the YouTube broadcast. Speaker Khimire then suspended the meeting until 11 a.m. tomorrow. The officials had only shown the Speaker for around 12 minutes during yesterday's meeting as well. Prior to yesterday's meeting, they had demonstrated while the meeting was postponed for 1 hour today due to their protest. The Parliament officials have been staging protests since 3rd of June, along with 11-point demand, including additional incentives for overtime work. A discussion was held between Speaker Devraj Khimire, National Assembly Chair Naren Prasad Dahal and Chief Whip of main political parties. An agreement had been reached to discuss their demands with Finance Minister Barsaman Pun. However, the officials obstructed the meeting of the lower house, citing their demands had not been addressed. The post of chairs and deputy chairs of 3 local levels are currently vacant as they have been suspended after corruption cases were filed against them. This has raised uncertainty regarding the endorsement of their budgets. The policies and programs and the budget of Godavari, Bagmati and Jaleshwar municipalities have been pushed towards uncertainty as they lack leadership at the moment. However, the budget based on constitutional provision must be introduced by Monday next week. Chairperson of Lalitpur's Godavari municipality, Gajendra Maharjan, and Deputy Chair Muna Adhikari had been suspended after corruption case was filed against them. Corruption cases have also been filed against Chairperson of Sarlahi's Bagmati municipality, Bharat Kumar Thapa, and Deputy Chair Leela Kumar Mokhtan, and Chairperson of Mahottari's Jaleshwar municipality, Suresh Shah Sonar, and Deputy Chair Roshan Khatun. All 3 municipalities are currently without leadership. Meanwhile, there is a lack of proper legal provision regarding work division amid the absence of leadership. The Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority, CIA, has filed cases against 84 elected public representatives of local levels and 169 nominated candidates so far. The Ministry for Federal Affairs and General Administration, meanwhile, has become uncertain about how to proceed with the works of these local levels. The ministry has demanded suggestions from the Office of the Attorney General in this regard. Experts have suggested that the issue can be resolved by summoning meetings of the municipalities under the leadership of the senior-most member of the local level and amending regulations. However, this comes with legal hassles as well. Legal experts say that in such a case, law must be amended. Report by CIA and the Office of the Attorney General shows that irregularity is rampant at local levels. Data also shows that local levels have failed to maintain financial discipline. However, provincial and federal government have remained indifferent towards the issue. The main opposition, Nepali Congress, pointed out flaws in the legitimacy of the budget for the upcoming fiscal year and has demanded to revise it. Lawmakers from ruling CPNUML are also of the opinion that the budget must be amended. Sharing his views regarding the budget with reporters at the Federal Parliament, Chief Whip of main opposition Nepali Congress Ramesh Lekhak blamed ministers for centralizing the budget in their home districts and misusing their post and power. He has demanded Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal to direct Minister for Finance Barsha Manpun to revise the budget. Speaking during today's meeting of the lower house, UML lawmaker Bhim Acharya said that the budget was not balanced and was centered on ministers and suggested to revise it. Lawmakers also criticized the government for allocating minimum budget to the Ministry for Youth and Sports. And in this context, in our Public Voice segment, today we've asked in several provinces, why do they think lawmakers from both the ruling and the opposition sides protested against the federal government's budget for the next fiscal year? Let's take a look at what they had to say.
सरकारमा भएको मन्त्रीहरूले बजेट जति आफ्नो जिल्लातिर थुपारे अब जनतालाई कर मात्रै थुपारे अब विरोध त गर्नै पर्ने भयो
मन्त्रीहरूले आफ्नो आफ्नो जिल्लालाई मात्र हेरेका छन् जनतालाई त हेर्ने कहीँ पनि देखिदैन
पहुँचको आधारमा ल्याएको भएर धेरै विवाद भयो
एउटाले ल्याएको बजेटलाई अर्कोले विरोध गर्नु स्वाभाविक प्रक्रिया पनि हो
कर्णाली मधेस लगायतका क्षेत्रहरू जुन पिछडी रहेका छन् उनीहरूलाई समेट्ने गरी बजेट नआउँदा चाहिँ यसरी विरोध भइरहेको
नेताहरूले आफ्नो खल्तीमा हाल्ने बजेट होइन यो त्यसले गर्दाखेरि जनमुखी बजेट बनाएर विकास गर्नुपर्ने आवश्यक देखेको छु
हाम्रो नेताहरूमा इमानदारीता हुनु पर्यो र इमानदारीता भएपछि बजेटमा पारदर्शिता पनि हुँदैन र एकरूपता पनि हुन्छ
नेताहरूको यसो हेर्ने हो भनेदेखि आफ्ना खुसीको बजेट जस्तो पनि छ र सरसल्लाह गर्नुपर्छ हरेक उसमा छलफल गर्नुपर्छ
दुर्गममा कम बजेट जानु र यो कार्यकर्तामुखी बढी बजेट विनियोजन हुनु
बजेट चाहिँ ठुला नेतामुखी भयो जनतामुखी हुन सकेन
सबैतिर सन्तुलित वितरण भइरहेको छैन त्यही भएर अहिले चाहिँ संसदमा चाहिँ विरोध भइरहेको छ
Time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before today's question, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we asked you, why has the practice among ruling leaders pouring budgets in their own region not ended? 63% voted for option A, abuse of power, 25% for B, discriminatory approach, and 12% for C, politics for election. And here's today's question. Where within hospitals do you see the most irregularity? Your options are A, treatment and human resource, B, medicine and equipment, and C, management. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Welcome back. The government has been unable to meet majority of its targets for the ongoing year in terms of the energy sector. The goal of producing 900 megawatts of additional power announced last year, completing 3 projects under the Nepal Electricity Authority and starting 6 projects have yet to be achieved. The plan to gather investments to give momentum to the transmission line has also yet to come to life. During the budget announcement last year, the government had committed of selling 10,000 megawatts of electricity to India in the next 10 years, and an agreement for the same was also struck. However, more than half of the goal is yet to be achieved. According to the Ministry for Energy, the country has managed to produce just around 400 megawatts additional electricity. Although the construction of the transmission line in Rasuagari, Mid-Bhotekoshi and Sanjin has completed, several works are still pending. Works of Upper Arun, Chainpur, Sethi, Jagdulla, Simbula River, among others, are yet to also complete. The government has yet to call for tender for majority projects. The general trend so far for Nepal is exporting electricity to India during monsoon season and importing from them during the dry season, which experts say is due to lack of reservoir-based hydropower project. The government has said it will prepare a modality for the 1200 megawatts Buri Gandaki hydropower project, which has yet to happen. However, the government has now aimed at kicking off the construction next year. Elsewhere, the 635 megawatts Dudhkoshi project is lacking budget, resulting in compensation issues. Likewise, the DPR has been stranded for Sethi River 6. Meanwhile, on the bright side, the government has completed the agreement for Lower Arun project. However, it has struggled to collect resources for the transmission line, which would help the state use surplus energy. Sources for funds for other projects like the Bheri corridor, West Sethi Corridor and Arun Corridor are also uncertain as of yet. For other projects like the 400 kV Butwal Lamahi Dodhara transmission line, the environmental impact assessment is still pending. The Lapsi Fedi, Rata Mate Hetoda and Rata Mate Damoli Butwal 315 km transmission line projects that are under the American-funded Millennium Challenge Corporation are currently evaluating their tender applications. While the Indian side has already completed works of the new Butwal-Gorakhpur line on their side, Nepal government has only just begun evaluating the tender applications. Likewise, the modality for the Inarua, Purnia and Dodhara Bareilly transmission line is yet to be ascertained. It is time now for international update. The leaders of North Korea and Russia have signed an agreement that deepens their military cooperation to include a mutual defense pledge to help each other if attacked, with the North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un calling the new ties an alliance. Kim spoke at a rare press conference following his meeting with President Vladimir Putin in Pyongyang, announcing the signing of a comprehensive strategic partnership that the Russian leaders said included defensive elements. Putin's visit, which is likely to reshape decades of Russia-North Korea relations at a time when both face international isolation, is being watched closely by Seoul and Washington, which have expressed concern about their growing military ties. The reaction from China, the North's main political and economic benefactor and an increasingly important ally for Moscow, has been muted. Kim said the pact would expand cooperation in the areas of politics, economy and defense, calling it strictly peace-loving and defensive in nature. At the start of their summit, Kim expressed unconditional support for all of Russia's policies, including a full support and firm alliance for Putin's war with Ukraine. Putin said Moscow was fighting the hegemonic, imperialist policy of the US and its allies, Russian media reported.
Sports news.
The national cricket team of Nepal is returning home tonight after their journey ended from the group stages at the T20 World Cup. The team will return home in two groups. The first group will arrive at 1 a.m. past midnight tonight at the Tribhuvan International Airport and the next at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Officials from the Cricket Association of Nepal (CAN) are to receive the team. At the World Cup, Nepal had lost 3 matches and 1 match could not take place due to rain. Nepal had lost its match against South Africa by 1 run, which has been most talked of performance at the World Cup among Nepalese cricket fans. This was Nepal's second participation at the World Cup. Meanwhile, the Super 8 matches of the T20 World Cup have begun from today. In the match currently underway, Group A runners-up USA are playing against South Africa. Team USA had opted to field first after winning the toss. South Africa posted a target of 195 runs, losing 4 wickets. Opener Reza Hendricks went out for 11 runs. Quinton de Kock was the highest run scorer for South Africa with 74 runs in 40 balls. His innings included 7 fours and 5 sixes. Skipper Aiden Markram contributed 46 runs and Devin Miller failed to open his run account. Saurav Netravalkar and Harmeet Singh claimed 2 wickets each. 9 Rick Klassen remained not out at 36 runs and Tristan Stubbs at 20. As per our latest update, USA have scored 73 runs in 10 overs, losing 4 wickets. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.